Guys, I've got 2 words for you. Secret door. Secret freaking door. Hey guys, what's up and welcome to my channel, and this week I am starting with part 1 of my in-laws closet makeover. And in my last video, if you didn't see it, I sat down and designed and prepped for this project, but I might have left out a very key aspect about this project, and that is within this design and closet there is going to be a secret door. So I'm gonna jump right into this closet makeover so that I can catch you guys up on the secret door part of this project. So fun fact about me, I am obsessed with secret rooms and secret doors. So when my in-laws texted me a long list of different projects they were hoping to have done at their house, and one of them was a closet makeover / secret door, I was instantly hooked and I knew I had to do this project. So this space behind me right here is an attic that they recently had finished, and the entrance to this attic used to be off of their garage. It was a normal attic entrance where you pulled a ladder down and climbed up it, but they closed that off and they made the entrance off of their closet. And instead of doing a normal door to this attic, because who wants a normal door? They're lame. They were hoping to have a secret door. Also, by doing a secret door, this will allow us to still have some storage within the closet and not lose this space right here to just having a normal door. And yes, I am incredibly nervous to tackle this project, but I have so much work to do before I even begin to tackle the secret door part of this project. So with all of that being said, I need to get this closet cleared out and then we can go from there. Okay, the closet is cleared out. Now I'm going to get to work removing all of the old wire rack systems. Good morning, guys. Hello. It has actually been 2 days since I got started. Yesterday, what I did is I put together some IKEA furniture. Yeah. It was very exciting. Even though that wasn't the first day of getting started on this project that I was hoping to have, it was something that just needed to happen so that I could start getting all of the really specific measurements that I need to start building out these units. So for my father-in-law's side, this is the side I'm gonna be focusing on first so that I can get this secret door figured out. This is the coping dresser. The space from the doorway to the wall is 39 inches. This coping dresser is 35 inches, which is the perfect amount of space that I need to build a unit around the dresser and then also still have space to frame out a doorway for this secret door. So now that I have this together, I can start building out the units on this side. But before I get building, I need to roll this carpet back and also get the baseboards removed. And then we can officially start building out these units. Let's do it. It is a hot one today. It's I think gonna be close to 90 degrees. So the area is prepped and ready to go. I'm gonna start off by building some 2x4 frames to go on each side of this doorway that is in their closet. And I want my frames and these units to be 1.5 inches short of that rough door opening. That'll make it so when it is time to build the secret door, I have plenty of space to frame out that space. So I'm gonna get started building these frames and then we can go on. Okay, so now that I have all of my pieces cut down, I'm just quickly sanding the edges of the boards down, and then I'll use some pocket holes to put all of these frames together. My frames are in place and they look really good. The measurements are spot on, if I do say so myself. So for these frames, it's really important that they are level. So I already went ahead and leveled them out, and all I did was use a paint stirring stick and stick one under this corner, and then I stuck one under the corner with the frame over here, and that leveled everything out. They were already practically level, which was great. I didn't need to do much. So now that they're level, I can get them screwed into place, and we can start cutting down some plywood. Okay, so it has been a hot second since I got those frames in place because I needed to kind of sit down and really think through how I was going to build out these systems. And now I have, for the most part, everything figured out. So I'm gonna get started with the unit that is left of the doorway. That is going to be a slightly more complicated process, just for the fact that I have to integrate that IKEA dresser into the system. So now I'm gonna spend some time cutting down plywood. And luckily for me, Jordan, my husband, he came this morning to help me cut down these large pieces of plywood to the depth of the systems that I'm going to be building, which is 22 inches. So now I can take these much more manageable pieces and cut them down to like the width and height that I'm going to need to build these systems with. And then I can move those pieces inside and start putting this all together. So I have all of my pieces cut down, got pocket holes where I need pocket holes, and I'm trying to get this first piece in place. But of course, there's a lovely little notch thing up here, so I have to figure out what I have to cut off of this top back corner so that I can slide this first piece into place. Okay, that was not bad at all. I'm gonna go ahead and attach some 2x4s to this wall because I want this first panel to be 1.5 inches away from the wall. This will make it so that when I add the secret door, there's even spacing across this whole thing, and all of the trim looks even and nice, and also it doesn't give the secret door away. Good morning, guys. Hello. I personally just love building things only to take them apart. So for the last few hours, I have been taking apart this side only to rebuild it like 1/2 inch out. So last night when I put this whole thing together, it wasn't coming all the way to the platform edge. And I actually knew that was going to happen because of the width of the dresser and how far I had pushed it away from the wall. But then I woke up this morning realizing that because of everything that's going to be happening on the side with the secret door, I realized it was going to be a big old gap that I was going to have to cover up with trim, and then the trim was going to be really, really wide and was going to look stupid. So basically what I did is took it apart, bumped it out so that it comes nice and flush with the edge of the platform that I built that it's sitting on, and now I'm all caught up to where I was last night. So I'm going to finish off this side with the dresser. I have to get these anchor pieces screwed in at the top, and then I can go ahead and set the top shelf, get that screwed in, and then we can move on to the left side of the door. Wait, no, the right side of the door. I'm getting all confused, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. Okay, it's time to start building out the right side of the closet. And before I moved everything back down here to start cutting these new pieces, I also cut back the carpet so that it's easier to get in and out of the closet, and also just easier in general to work in the closet. So the unit that's going to be right of the doorway should be a lot easier to build out because I don't have a dresser on that side that I have to like integrate into the space. So I'm going to get these pieces cut down, get the pocket holes drilled out, and then I'll move back up into the closet to put it all together. Today is the day. We start the process of building the secret door. So I'm a little nervous and I just want everything to work out. So hopefully I get my cuts and my measurements correct. But before I actually start the process of building out the shelving unit that will be the door that can actually swivel like this, I need to build out a door jamb. Now normally a door jamb is only like, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches wide, but my door jamb is gonna be a little bit different. It is going to be 22 inches wide, or I should say deep. It's gonna be the depth of these units. So I'm gonna have a floor piece, I'll have 2 side pieces, and then the top of the door jamb is actually going to be a top shelf to match with the height of the other 2 shelves on these sides. And then I'll put some other pieces above that to hold it all together. So I need to get started cutting down all of the pieces for this door jamb, and then we can install that, and then I can build a shelf, and then we can put it all together and make a secret door. Okay, so I have a door jamb, and it is already kind of late, so I'm not gonna get started actually building the door today. What I'm gonna do though is test out if the width and depth that I'm planning to make this shelf is actually going to work. So I printed out some templates that you can download and use with the hinges that I got to get the exact placement for the hinges that I'm gonna be using. So I'm gonna get the hinges screwed in place, and then I'm gonna cut down a board that is the depth and width that I'm planning on making the shelf, get a hinge installed on that piece, and see if it all works. Good morning. I feel weird because my little clip on my microphone broke, so I just have to hold it. So today's the day I am building the actual secret door now that I have the jamb in place. And I am so glad that I didn't jump right into building out this shelving unit, because I was able to play around with the measurements and really think through this design and how I'm gonna build this thing out. And now I feel so confident because I'm building the depth of my my secret door to be 12 inches. The placement of the hinges was based on an 8-inch deep door. So I did have to adjust the placement of the hinges to work with the extra depth. But beyond that, the hinges are gonna work great. So now that I have such a solid game plan, this shelving unit is going to be very easy. Just a little while ago, my father-in-law helped me take some pieces of plywood and rip them down into 12-inch strips. So now I just need to take those 12-inch strips and cut them down to the width I need them to be to build out the shelving unit. And then we can get it installed, and hopefully everything goes according to plan and this door will work out great. Fingers crossed. But let's get to building. I am gonna get started building this shelving unit, and for the bottom of my shelving unit, I'm actually gonna be stacking 4 pieces of plywood together. This will build up the base so that it matches the height of where the other 2 platforms are on the sides. I think the hard part about secret doors is making them not look super obvious, and what can happen is if the trim all of a sudden changes around this door, that'll make it look obvious. So I want to make it so that the trim looks as normal as possible and kind of looks even across the whole wall so that hopefully nobody can tell that this is actually a secret door. I figured out the measurements for my door based on the prefabricated door that Murphy sells, since I went with Murphy hinges. After looking at their measurements, I did some calculations and found out that their door is 2 3/8 of an inch shorter and 2 3/4 of an inch thinner than the jamb. So I took that info and applied it to the height and width of my jamb. I feel like I'm on my own little game show because I'm holding this microphone. Okay, Miley, what do we have next? So next up, now that the shelf is built, I am gonna wait to attach the back until I have it fully installed. But now I gotta get this big old beast up into the closet and then use those templates that I printed out for the hinges to attach them to the bottom of the shelf and the top of the shelf. And then hopefully everything just like slides right into place. I feel like I didn't explain the whole hinge thing that well. After playing around with the hinges and the scrap piece the day before, I figured out that I could use the template for the placement of the hinges on the door jamb, but as for the placement of the hinges on the actual door itself, I couldn't use the template. I had to adjust the placement for the extra depth of my secret door. Most secret doors are pretty shallow and people will put them in living rooms and decorate them with books and little trinkets, but I figured if I put books on this secret door in a closet, it would definitely give away that this is indeed a secret door. Okay, we kind of have a secret door. It's a little wonky right now, but I know what I have to do to fix it up. First thing is I just ran out and got a 3/4 of an inch hole saw because my drill bit that I was using was just barely not big enough for this hinge mechanism that I need. Because basically I need that hole where the hinge sticks through to be big enough to be able to stick this tool that releases the hinge mechanism if this door for some reason ever has to get removed. Then the other thing that needs to happen is I need to add another piece of plywood to the top of this shelf. Basically this whole like hinge mechanism thing has to get lifted up towards the jamb, and also the top of the shelf just has to be a little bit thicker so that the hinge sits nicely within the shelf and you can't see it. And then I also just need to go ahead and get a back on this thing because it is sloping on this side a little bit, but adding a back should make it so that this shelving unit is more rigid and stays level. But I'm gonna go back out to the garage, cut down a top piece, and also cut down the back for the shelf and get all of that attached, and we'll see what needs to happen from there. And that is where I am ending part 1 of this closet makeover. Guys, I built a secret door. I am so excited to finally share this part of this project with you all. I still can't believe I figured all of this out. I'm pretty sure this is the coolest thing that I have ever built. And now that the his side of the closet is all built out, it's time to get started on the her side of the closet. So make sure you come back next week and check out how I built out my mother-in-law's side of the closet. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!